there's actually a glaring hole with all of these methods. So they all seem nice and great, but none of them are used in for retrieval engines. And a good reason for them is any kind of discounting you do, you treat all the words equally. So when you're adding an epsilon when you're doing good Turing, what you're doing is you're bumping all the counts in the same way. And it's fine when you're dealing with a large corpus, when you're just estimating one set of probabilities. But when you're working with documents are fairly short, and you have a very large resource available at your disposal that can provide a much better source of smoothing constants. So instead of using a fixed epsilon for every word, you can use background probabilities. You can use probabilities of words found in the entire collection. So remember, our collection, it's a set of documents. Each document is a bucket. It's an urn. Now, I could take all of those urns and sort of pour them into one large, big urn. And that urn would have much more reliable estimates of word probabilities. So the idea behind interpolation methods is to do exactly that. You take all the documents in your collection, you pour them all into one big urn, and you use the probabilities in that urn instead of the epsilons. So what you're doing is you've got your little document here, you've got your urn coming from the whole collection there, and what you're going to be doing is you're going to be smoothing the counts coming out of the document with the relative frequencies, with the probabilities coming out of the big urn. And it's typically done in a linear fashion, so you have a parameter lambda, and you assign a weight of lambda to the probabilities, to the maximum likelihood probabilities computed from the document, and 1 minus lambda to the probabilities computed from the background model. So I guess in practical terms, this is a document, so the probabilities coming out of that bucket are just the frequency of the word divided by the document length. And the probabilities coming out of the big bucket are the collection frequency, how many total times did I see the word in a collection, divided by the collection size, so the concatenation, the total length of all the documents in your collection.